All right, we should have 622 and 624 out. So here you go. I want to be able to show all of these at the same time. So here's 65 and 66. Right, on 622, guys, even if it's not done, you should make sure you still have it because it's due Friday. Like if you lost it, we should probably take care of that situation. If you need to work on it, flip to the back and start working on it, especially like these area problems should go kind of fast. So if you're not done with it, flip to the back and work on it. These especially should go a little quicker. So this is being recorded. I don't know why my little frame border thing disappeared, but it is being recorded. So you'll be able to check back in with it later. Any questions on 65 where we substitute in the value they tell us? They give us an x value to work with. We substitute it in. In 66, we're writing expressions. You don't need both of the x and the e one. Those are two different ones. I did x for Andy because they said if Andy is x years old. Now, we could have used a, right? Like if we were making up the variables, we could have used a. So today, when we're using variables, we want to use variables that make sense. Because like x, y, z get overused, and we can't quite keep track of what they are. Guys, if you don't have this done yet, again, you should not be frantically trying to do it, but you should be paying attention to get a little like bump start to head the right direction as you're doing your homework. On the back here, on 67, we get less than, and then we get equal to. I know I moved desks around a little bit, Margot. The circle tables are going to have more people sitting at them now. In 68, we have that guess my number game. And then guys, especially if you have not done 69 yet, area of a triangle. You good, Ivan? You got this done? Area of a triangle is base times height, but then divide that by 2. Because it's half of a rectangle. There it is. 62. Yeah, that looks like you haven't started it whatsoever. All right, moving on, because it looks like a lot of us need to spend time on this, so I'm not going to keep wasting class time if you aren't done and able to check your answers. So on 70, there's a lot of work that goes along with that. I set up Carlos. I set up Travis. And then I also set up, what's my A? All together? No, Alston. I used A for my Alston.
There it is.
Right, so we got Carlos, Travis, and Alston. We got 3 people involved in number 70. Any questions? Now to ask questions, you would have had to have tried this. Christian?
For the question 70, I actually figured out like a trick for each of them. It's like each of them is like correlated with a number. Like A was 10. Like they all like would equal. Here, never mind.
Did you kind of think like 5D process with that? Of like if I do this, then that would be and that would be? Yeah, that could work, but that might still take like a little bit more time. Now we're trying to be a bit more efficient. So it's okay if you didn't do it like this, but this is what we're learning right now, how to be efficient and solve it once instead of guess and check and adjust and guess and check and adjust. And
So I originally had two things, but you said it in, like when you were talking. But the second thing I was gonna say is notice how the initials spell cat.
yeah. Or tack. Or
act.
Or act. Yeah. All right. Let's get June.
So I just realized that this is what I was looking at here. But like, so what if O is one of the
We pretty much never suggest that you use O. Like when I say use whatever variable, I'm not going to tell you to use O.
Okay.
Yeah. I just, like, if you choose to, I would make it some kind of fancy symbol, like an O with like a like thing through it or something like an O with a second letter kind of next to it. Real quick, to make sure that we are all on the same page, everybody pick your head up so I know you're actually caring about what's going on up there. 1-4 and 2-1 are quarter 4. However, they were due last week, and I told you guys don't worry about turning them in on Friday because I wasn't going to have time over the weekend, and guess what? I didn't have time. But now I do have time again, so those need turned in. So I'm going to take 30 seconds right now and wait. If you didn't turn in 614 and 621, do that now. And if you did, you're probably about to get it handed back to you. If you're done with all that, you could go ahead and start highlighting on today's examples from class stuff.
Yeah, that'll help. Alright, make sure those get turned in. Oh, well then we need to work on those today.
614, 621. And then you'll need 624 out. 624 is going to need to be out. Alright, so then go ahead and start looking at the first problem on 624. It talks about the Great Lakes. Start reading through that problem and highlighting what you think is important. Ooh, a lot of this stack from this.
I'll check.
We need to make one more tree about the pizza problem. I mean, if you really don't want to come see me, you don't have to, but if you do, I promise it'll be fast. We're about to. Is anybody interested in reading for us? Reading about the Great Lakes? You even have it on your paper. You said, oh, wait. So, June, you got your paper in front of you?
Yeah.
Go ahead and read problem 93 about the Great Lakes. Go ahead and start with, I don't know what I put on the paper, but start at the Great Lakes.
The Great Lakes contain the largest amount of fresh water on the surface of the earth. Combined, the 5 lakes, Superior, Michigan,
Huron.
Huron, Erie, and Ontario, contain 84% of North America's and 21% of the world's surface freshwater.
Okay, hold on. Guys, I didn't know this, so I started teaching this stuff. And guys, I got some people trying to do their homework and some people trying to do other stuff and or people just trying to space out. Join me. For the next half hour, we're doing math. Okay? There's really no other option aside from go home because you're here to do a job. So, 21% of the world's freshwater, right? So we're not talking about oceans, we're not talking about salt water, but 21%, that's like a fifth. These 5 lakes contain a fifth of the world's fresh water. It's pretty crazy. All right, go ahead and continue, June.
The amount of water in Lake Superior is 1,720 cubic miles more than the amount of water in Lake Michigan.
Pause. Does that feel important? Should we highlight that? Grab a color. We're going to change colors multiple times. Grab a color. I'm going to use yellow just because it's my first one up here. Lake Superior is, so that's telling us about what Lake Superior is. And guys, we're not going to say lake for each of these. We're just going to start saying Superior is 1,000. Superior is Superior. Alex?
Do you have another copy of 624?
I do.
There's not any back there.
Sorry, I took them, so if I was going to run out, I would know. Anybody else not have 624? You didn't pick it up or you lost it since then? June, you want to keep reading?
Is it, how would you pronounce it again? Huron.
Huron.
Lake Huron has 330 cubic miles of water less than Lake Michigan.
Does that feel important?
Yes.
Let's highlight it in a different color. In a different color to clue our brain into it's something different. You want to keep reading?
Yes. The total amount of water in the three lakes is 4,930 cubic miles. How much water is in each lake? Check the rest.
So you're good.
Okay, yeah.
Man.
So guys, even though there are 5 lakes, how many of them are we talking about here? 3 of them. So guys, you might want to underline the 3 here to say we're only talking about 3 of the lakes. Which 3 lakes are we going to talk about? Christian?
The Superior.
So grab your graph paper. On your graph paper, what would we use for superior? What variable? S. Write down an S equals. What other lake, Christian?
Huron.
Huron. What would we use for Huron?
A.
H. And what other lake?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Go blue.
Look, we'll let you have your. We're gonna recover. We're gonna recover, and we'll have like another decade of beating you guys. It's okay. You've got your couple years.
You know, Michigan's actual rival is Michigan State.
You are
Ohio
correct.
State started this whole thing. Okay.
Might as well determine a rival that you can beat.
rival happened.
You guys started.
You have 30 seconds.
Alright, so pretty much, we want some land up in Toronto so we could have a path to a lake. But Michigan said, no, that's ours. So I guess we did start it, but like, yeah, I like Toledo. Toledo's
That
ours!
don't matter, bro.
Well, you're right. Toledo is ours.
Started
You
it.
have Ohio.
Y'all started this, okay?
You got 8 more seconds. Any final words?
The northern part is north.
Ohio is
I got one final thing to say.
superior.
Hold on. Let's see if this works. OH. Yeah, that's all that needs said. Sorry, dude. Alright. So, hold up. Can anyone I should use cards. So I got some people not paying attention. This should fix that.
We should have OHIO
Nope,
as
we're moving on.
We're
Nate.
past that.
Nate. We had 30 seconds. We're moving on. Nate, what do they tell us about superior? Should be highlighted on your paper now. Superior is
1,720 cubic miles.
more
More
than.
than Lake Michigan.
So how could I write that? For S equals, what am I going to write there? 1720 more than Lake Michigan. Well, what did we use for Lake Michigan? M
M
plus, well,
Wait, what was the number again?
1720 because it's here on your paper, right? It should be highlighted. So S equals M plus 1720 because that's what they just told us. Try to do the same thing for Huron. Try to take that statement they told us about Huron, write it out related to Michigan. Related to Michigan. Lake Huron has 330 cubic miles less. Less than Lake Michigan. Lindy, how might we write that out for Lake Huron?
M minus 330.
Yeah, M minus 330. Does anyone have any questions about that? Because it was 330 less than Michigan. Right? Michigan's the reference. We got to take away from Michigan. So then, Alex, I don't know, this might be the toughest question. What am I going to put for Lake Michigan then?
Michigan?
They told us Superior, they told us Huron, but they... Guys, this is the step a lot of us keep, like, forgetting or missing, because, like, I don't know why, but it's tricky to remember. Do you want to help you out?
Wait,
We need to say M equals something. We had S equals M plus 1720, H equals M minus 330. So both of these have used M.
M equals T total.
M equals M. Guys, M is the variable we are using. Guys, this has been on your homework. I've helped a couple people with things like this. When we've already been using Lake Michigan, keep using it. M plus 1720, M minus 330, M. So then, all together, I don't know if you can draw one of these fancy brackets, but do whatever you can. All together, we're going to put them together. So all together, what did they tell us?
The total is 40,930.
4930, right? Now, we actually need to do that addition, though. Right? So I need to write out, so I'm going to add up m plus 1720. Actually, guys, I'm going to write all my work here. So what we're doing is saying s plus h plus m equals 4930. But do we have something we can replace s with?
M plus 7.
The m plus 1720. So we're going to replace s with m plus 1720. What about h? Margot? M minus 330. And instead of minus, what could I use instead? Plus a negative. Yeah, we're going to then be able to add. And don't forget the plus m for Lake Michigan itself. When I was planning this lesson, Gabe, I knew you would be excited by how much I talk about Michigan.
You know, I wore this for a reason.
It was Kismet, right?
Wait, I have my mission.
I don't even quite know what Kismet means, but I know it's sort of like it was fate. All right, so did we not have Raphael here today? Probably too tired from the trip. Lily, so how many M's, if we go to add the like terms, how many M's do we have? 3 M's. So guys, 3 M's because we had M plus another M plus another M. Destiny, what about when I go to add, can I add 1720 and negative 330? Yeah, because these are like terms too. I'm going to change colors just a little bit to kind of code this. Can somebody grab a calculator and just double check 1720 minus 330 or plus a negative 330? Because I had it up on the front screen that we need calculators.
1,090.
How confident are you?
1,390.
It's what? 1390?
I did that in my head. I just messed up that.
Equal to,
Yeah, it's 14.
wait, 14? What?
Wait, no, no, it's 13.
Is it 1390?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, this is why we use calculators. So, like, we could write it out, but we still might make mistakes. Like, use a calculator when you have that chance. Equal to, did anything happen over here? Not yet. Lakin, you got your hand up to tell me what to do next? Or you got a question?
Can you do for 930, take away 1,390, and then you find out what the 3 M's are, and then divide by 3?
So, back it up.
You went a little too quick there.
Yeah, you went a little too fast, and you need to speak up a tiny bit.
Big brain.
So, what are you telling me we should do next? And we got to phrase it as like on both sides. Because what you said is right, but can you say it again a bit slower, a bit louder?
You were right, Lakin.
If you don't want to repeat it, that's fine. Final chance. Jana?
You would do the 4,930 minus the 1,300.
Because we're going to subtract this 1390 on both sides. So guys, this is the work that I should be seeing on your papers, and I'm going to take a little lap around because I think you guys know how to finish this out. Go ahead and try to finish this out without me. Guys, we could have used the 5D process here, but look at how big these numbers are. Our guess and check method, when we're using big numbers, gets a lot more difficult. It's really hard to guess correctly when our goal is 4,930. Like, there's so many numbers. So after that subtraction, gravity works. After that subtraction, MISC we now should have 3m equal to what? After this subtraction, what'd you get on the right side? I think it's 3,000 something.
Oh, you were subtracting.
What's a 1? 30 what? 3540? 540? Does that seem right? Alright, so I'm not moving on quite yet because I'm trying to make sure that we're all on the same page. Everybody look up here real quick. So I want to make sure that we all know how we got here because the next problem you're trying on your own. So we started with the info they gave us about 3 lakes. The tricky part was Superior, they told us that wasn't that bad to write out. Huron was a bit trickier because it involved subtraction. And Michigan, we're trying, we would love to forget about Michigan, but we need it. It's involved. It's important here. So, guys, look up here. I'm missing a few sets of eyes. This is the step a lot of you keep forgetting. To define a variable by equaling it to itself so that everything is using the same variables. Now, some of you on your papers, and I love this, are actually doing this, and you're just adding up, like right over. You could do that. You could just M, 3M, 17, 23, like, you could add right here, or we can write it all out and show what we did. So now, our final step, Alex,
You divide by 3, which would equal 1,180.
because this is multiplying, we need to divide, because 3 divided by 3 gets 1. But we divide on both sides, right? If you need to make that reminder to yourself on both sides.
Which would equal 1,180.
1,180. What were we measuring in?
Oh, cubic miles.
What? Cubic miles. So miles. Guys, imagine a mile that way, a mile that way, and a mile tall. Now imagine 1,000 of those.
No.
That's Lake Michigan.
That's an ocean.
It is 1,000 cubic. I did not make this up. This is not my numbers. This is real. Lake Michigan holds 1,180 cubic. You can look it up. Not right now, but it's big. Now hold on. If Michigan is that big, or Lake Michigan, right? Let's figure out how big Lake Superior and Lake Huron are. So let's use this, what we know what M is. Let's come back up here. I'm going to erase a little bit of this. So if M, what did we say M is? 1180? If M is 1,180, can I figure out Superior now? Yeah, plug it in. I'm going to use a different color just because we're doing a little bit different now. So instead of M, we're going to use 1,180 plus the 1,720. Guys, Superior's huge. Holy cannoli.
That's why it's superior.
That's why it's Superior. I didn't even have to make the dad joke.
The name
Calculate how big Huron is on your own.
I did it in my head.
Pretty big.
In your head. Ooh, you might want to check it in the calculator though. I don't always trust my head. Crap, what did we get for Superior? 2,900, like exactly. Sweet. And then Huron.
I did it right.
Huron is the 1180, but then we have to minus. So then it comes out to 850, you guys are saying? And both of these, again, would be miles cubed. Right? Miles cubed. And what about Michigan? How big is that? Oh, we already know.
Small.
118.
Yeah, 1,180 miles cubed.
I did the 2,900 in my head, and I'm actually kind of surprised with myself.
Nice work. Questions on this? you need your graph paper because the next problem is not on your homework paper. If you were able to squeeze this on your homework paper, like great, but there's a lot of work. So here's your next problem to see if you and your partner really know what you're doing at this point.
Is it okay if I just staple the work onto the back of my homework?
Sure, yeah. Anyone want to read for me? Anyone else? Well, Alex already read. Gabe, you want to read?
No, I didn't.
Or sorry, yeah, we let Jana read because you said wait now. All right, so check out the wall look. Like read that wall looking. So just go ahead and start at wall looking at.
Looking at the country of Jamaica's results from the 2008 Beijing Olympics, Gemma noticed that the number of gold medals Jamaica received was twice the number of silver medals.
Does that feel important?
Yes.
Let's not, well, you don't have it on your paper to highlight, but we're going to highlight it up here because it feels important. Gold was twice the number of, so that's good. They got more golds than silvers. All right, keep going.
She also realized that Jamaica received one fewer bronze medal than silver.
Ooh, one fewer bronze than silver, so bronze is like one less. And then final sentence. Altogether.
Jamaica received 11.
So I bet you have what you need now. If you still don't quite know what you're doing, we could 5D. You could set up 5D, but I don't think we need to. So take like at least 3 minutes and try to set this up like gold equals silver equals bronze equals. Right, because we're going to talk about gold, silver, and bronze. G equals, S equals, B equals, and we're going to go from there.
Gosh, I need to get a bigger binder.
Mine is just like 11 gold medals.
If we let ourselves start a drawing, pause on your drawing and do some math with us. Just trying to steal that thing. Guys, do not just sit and wait for me.
Hey, wait, do we do it now that we have set?
Yeah. You should have a G equals, S equals, B equals, and I'm going to use random cards to get some help. But I'm trying to give you guys like a 3-minute head start. Not solving yet. We just need to make sure we all have the right setup. Lakin, could you tell me what we could write for G equals? Can gold be twice the number of gold? Or is it twice?
The number of
2 times silver.
So G should equal 2 times.
S times 2.
Yeah, so gold, guys, we should have 2 times S because it was double the amount of silver. Margot, can you tell me from the green highlighting about bronze? Jamaica received 1 fewer bronze than silver. Yeah, if it's 1 fewer bronze than silver, it's silver minus 1. Right, so we need to do silver minus 1. Now, S is another one of those dangerous variables, kind of looks like 5. So make sure that when you're using S's, you curve them and you pay attention to it's not 5. So wait, if G is 2 times S, B is S minus 1, Christian, what can I put in for S?
S.
just S equals S. It's not a trick. It is what it is. Did I just make some sort of pop culture reference that I'm unaware of? All right, so guys, if we set up the 5D process, we probably have something like 2x, x, and x minus 1, or 2s, s, and s. Well, we don't need to do that. We're better than that now. What if I go to do all together? But if I go to do all together, crap, I need to ungroup this to get this out of the way because I don't want to use it. All right, we're getting this out of the way. No, ungroup. Get out of here. Keep getting out of here. All right, tell me, Addie, what I could do next if they gave us the all together. So guys, you don't have to write out this whole thing with me, but what I'm about to do is gold plus silver plus bronze equals 11, because that's what they told us. But instead of gold, Addie went ahead and said, yeah, use that 2s. Instead of, well, okay, we're still going to use s for silver. And instead of bronze, what are we going to use? S minus 1. Now wait, instead of minus 1, plus a negative. Guys, any questions how I got here? Questions. Yeah, I can tell you want to give me an answer. All right, if there aren't any questions, we'll throw it to Ivan. To what do we do next? Really? I mean, you could have. The numbers here weren't that big, so you could have done 5D process here. But if we're going to do the equation process, do you know what I would do next now? Can I clean anything up? Can I put anything together?
You can add all the S's together.
All the S's together, and I don't say and yet. 2s, s, and another s. How many s's? 4. Guys, 2 plus 1 more plus another 1 more. 4s plus negative 1. Okay, that's my reminder that I need to go take my heart pill because I had my stuff weird this morning. Finish that on your own. Even if you did 5D process, write out that equation, finish it on your own. What day is it? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Wednesday, March 1st.
Guys, don't get old. It's no fun.
I don't want to.
I'm taking 4 pills right now.
Oh gosh.
I take 5 pills in the morning.
You guys take pills?
Hey, medicine.
Take 8. I take 8 gummies. I take gummies.
I know, and vitamins and everything. Yeah. Guys, like, this is not a PSA for like vitamins, but you should probably be taking a multivitamin.
I
Like,
have to take 8 gummies.
No, and I don't want pills.
keep us healthy, right? I just do whatever my doctor says. All right, we're running out of time fast. Keegan, what could I do now? You could what? Remember, you're always welcome to pass if you want. Gabe, what can I do now? Do I want to divide right now, or do I want to clean up something else? You want to throw it to Ivan? He's got his hand up. Ivan?
You add 1.
Why?
Why? Because this is negative.
Get rid of this net. Guys, this is the only variable we have. So clean this up by getting rid of this. Destiny, you with me? Because you don't look like it. So add 1 to both sides. Yeah, you might already be done with this problem. Like, that might be the thing. Now, I should see pencils move unless you already did this. We got 4s. That's still writing in white or in red. I don't know my colors. You know, that's hard too. 4s equals what? 12 now. And anybody, what do we do now to finish? Divide by.
And we know that's the answer.
It's the answer 3.
And the number of silvers. Now wait. If silver is 3, can we go back and figure out gold and bronze? Yeah. Silver's 3. So let's come back up here.
6 and bronze is 2.
So gold must be 6. Silver is 3. And bronze, we said, then must be 2.
And that equals 11.
And there we go. There's our evidence that we did it right. Questions on this?
Wait, how much bronze did they get to?
Well, because 3 minus 1, right? So once we plug in S is 3. Not S times S, S plus S. Right? Because double S is S plus S. Careful, you don't want to do S times S. You can do 2 times S. Questions? All right, take the last minute or so to actually organize your papers in your binder. Turn in 614-621 if you haven't. I'm gonna update math like probably tonight. It's my first free night in like a week. Well, at least that I've not just been sick. All right, have a great day, guys. If you're curious if you turned in your homework, you can come check with me if you want. I'll stop the video and you can come check if you turned in your work.